Alrighty then, so today we're going to CEX, and I think I've had vouchers for a while. I've had a big voucher, and I've not had anything to use this voucher on, and I think I've decided what I might start using it for. I'm going to use it to get some of the good games that came out this year that I didn't get, basically. I also think that I might need to buy a new controller, which is annoying because I don't like buying controllers because they cost like 50 quid. So, as we'll see as this video goes on, I am setting up a bit of a dual PC setup. So I got this one up here. This was from Chill Blast. They sent me this a few months ago with a 5090 in. So it's more than capable of absolutely wrecking all of the other consoles. I'm pretty sure that there's a code Kale that you can use if you want to get yourself a PC or anything like that. Peripherals, monitors, whatever. Speaking of monitors, stay tuned. There's a new one of those downstairs right now that's about to be added to the room. But I want this to be the gaming one, and this to be a recording one, because that's got a 3080 Ti in and all that. And as you can see, I've started to set up an Elgato. I know that the cables are a bit of a mess right now, but it's because I'm making sure that things work before I start hiding wires, because there's nothing worse than There's nothing worse than routing cables behind heavy things like these and then putting them in the skirting boards and hiding them just for it to then not work and you have to undo it all. So once everything is working as intended, then I will work on making it look pretty. So yeah, what else do I want to do today? I'm going to go to all of the different furniture shops, because something else that I want to do is at night time, this room's too bright. Basically, I want a lamp, because something I've been doing for a while is my ring light that I use for my TikToks is I've been turning this on and having it face the wall and bouncing the light off that way to make there be some light in the room, but it not be overly bright. But what I'm thinking is in that corner I could put a freestanding lamp, and I want to get a freestanding lamp that's got like shelves on it, because then I could put a few more things on those shelves, because I've got a few consoles that are just not plugged in. Downstairs, I've got a backwards compatible PS3, and in the second office, I've got a PS4 with PT on it. And I'm thinking I could put those on there if I can find a lamp with a shelf that fits, and that's sort of the plan there. So, lamp with shelves for consoles to go there, new monitor to be added to the setup over here. So this was literally delivered a few minutes ago. This was also from Chill Blast, the PC company that have been working with me for a few months now. This will be interesting to set up. So this is a 32-inch 4K, 165 hertz monitor, I think. And I'm going to replace my offside monitor with it. This will be interesting once I've got that set up. I need to go to the tip. There is a ridiculous amount of cardboard in this house. I've got this one here from my protein order that I need to do a video about for tomorrow. And then there's obviously going to be the cardboard that the monitors come in. And then there's like even more cardboard over there. I'm going to have a cookie, though I can't find a cookie. When I say a cookie, I mean a my protein cookie, if you guys haven't already, my protein code Kale. The idea generally is to just have code Kale take over the world. There should be nothing that you can't use code Kale with. I'd love like a meal prep sponsor. That'd be cool, because I'm sick and tired of cooking, and code Kale would be very helpful there. Chocolate chip baked cookie. All of the cookies. Cookies. Yes. So interestingly, over the last week or so, I've been testing out posting my TikToks to here as my shorts. And some of them have been performing mentally, which is pretty good. Like the account's grown like 1,000 subscribers in like a couple of days because of it. Like one of them did like 250,000 views, which is unheard of for this account. Which is nice, because I suspect YouTube's going to be a little bit more stable view-wise than every other platform. Though, here's a nuts one. TikTok for the last 2 months has paid very little for its views, because sometimes they just change the amount they want to pay you, and it's ridiculous. But then, all of a sudden this month, it shot all of the way up. In fact, higher than I've ever seen it. I had a video do 500,000 views that has paid me £600 on TikTok. I've never seen that in my life. That's absurd. If that stuck around forever, if that had been a thing for the last 5 years, I'd be in a mansion. I don't know why it's done that, and I suspect it will stop the second we enter Q1 of next year because of ad spends, but we'll see. Weird. I just spent like 20 minutes looking for my wallet, because my vouchers are all in my wallet, and I'm like, when was the last time I would have had my wallet? And I'm like, it's been a month. I know full well it was at the beginning of November the last time I would have needed my wallet, because I don't take my wallet anywhere unless it's to CEX when I need to use vouchers, or if I'm going somewhere where I might get ID'd, which doesn't happen very often anymore, but you take it just in case. And the last time that happened was over a month ago, and I looked everywhere. I emptied everything, couldn't find it. I was like, has somebody stolen my wallet? She wouldn't have stolen my wallet. And then I was like, where's my wallet gone? It was in my car. It was, you know your armrest compartment thing. It was in my car. Crisis averted. Okay, it's 2:30, which means we've got about 2 hours until it gets dark. So, I guess I'll go to the range first. The range seems smartest. Might pop into Curry's as well, just because it's next to it. I might even go to Lidl and get myself a little treat. I like Lidl's bakery. It's been a while. I do need to do some food shopping. I've got nothing in the house. What else? Where else can I go? Got the range. Got Dunelm and all of them lot. I think they're next to the range. We'll go in there as well. Yeah, I'll see you there. Let's go. So, based on the range car park, everyone that's ever walked the earth is in the range at the moment. I didn't expect this. Saturday, maybe I should have, I guess. Days of the week don't mean much to me anymore. And it's raining, which means no camera outside today. Oh dear. But there is a little doggy. There's a car with a little doggy in the back. Such a well-behaved doggy too. He had the thing open, he was just chilling. Ruby would never. Right, in we go. We could get an evergreen tree. There is no Christmas tree this year. I don't know how well my voice is going to be picked up because I'm going to have to audio edit this because of the music, but I've just bought something like this off Amazon for like 70 quid. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm doing an abysmal job of trying to find what I came here for and trying to film everything because it's rammed and it's really busy. Can't get down any of the aisles. I look at all this art stuff these days and I just presume it's AI generated slop. I think AI has kind of ruined a lot of art. Bro just nearly ran me over. Should have seen him coming at me about 30 mile an hour with a trolley in the range. He's trying to get in and out of here, and he's going through no matter who's in front of him. I haven't found a single lamp yet, by the way. Not one. Lamps. There's an entire corner. Though I'm not sure these are the sort of lamps that I'm after. I want something freestanding and with shelves. There was a few, but they were covered up with boxes, which doesn't make life easy. I will succeed. That or I'm going to go let that guy run my head over a few times. One way I know I'm getting old is I'm starting to look at like animal ornaments and think, yeah, I'd like that. Like, why is that happening? Stop it. Well, shop number 1 was a definitive fail, for sure. Dunelm's around the corner though, so next. Okay, I think we're going to have a bit more success in here. Something like this. Any of these look like they could be a winner. Just need to work out how wide these are to make sure they'd fit a console. Could get a corner one. How does it know the specific dimensions of the corner? Why is that 109 quid? How do they decide the prices? Do we think these come with bulbs? Adulting says they probably do not come with bulbs. Nothing ever comes with the things that they need to be fully functional straight away. Also, you should see the car park. People cannot drive here. Still music, still going to have to edit this, but... Right, I'm going to stick my phone away so I can try and read these. Wish me luck. Okay, so I nearly bought one from Dunelm. The problem is that it was a corner one, and I'd prefer it to not be a corner one, really, like the shape of it. Because that'll dictate the way the console has to face, and I don't know if I like the idea of that. I don't know. I'm on the struggle bus right now with this. So I didn't buy it. The only other place I think anywhere near me that would sell these things besides, Argos and Amazon, your normals, which is I've not even looked, because I don't like buying things online. I want to go and look at things, is B&Q, which I don't know if the traffic will allow me to get to that side of town, because this entire town's wrecked right now, and for a while you couldn't get there. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go to Lidl now, because I'm starving, and then we'll go to CEX. Let's go. You know, somebody commented on one of my TikToks the other day saying, he's in a jacket. And I went, well, I did make it to December. You know, the fact that it took till December to force me into a coat, I think, is pretty good going. And trust me, it ain't cold enough for me to need the coat. The only reason I'm wearing the coat is because of the rain. If it was this temperature absent the rain and the wind, it'd be fine. I'd still be in just a t-shirt. Okay, so I had one game in mind coming to CEX today, and this is actually the first time I've not voiced over in a long time. I'm actually talking live in here, which is arguably harder. And the game that I came to get isn't here, but apparently the next nearest CEX has 3 of them. So I guess that's the next video, the next video's topic already sorted, I guess. But while we're here, let's have a look what there is, and I'll do my 2 weeks worth of TikToks as well while I'm here. At some point, I want to get all the Spyro games, because I don't think I own any of them, except maybe the Reignited trilogy. I think I've got that. Does anybody remember playing this as a kid? This one I had, and I remember I just played the first 2 levels over and over again, because it was just, I don't know, I think it was a pretty hard game. What else we got? Golden Compass down here. I remember playing the Wii version of that all the time. Just the Wii version, though. Didn't have it on anywhere else. Something tells me it's probably about 50p these days. It's also pretty rammed in here, too. Saturday things. I predict that I'm going to be here a while. This is something you don't see too often these days, is the slipcover with Prototype 2. I don't like slipcovers much because they don't fit the shelves well, but if you're somebody that does, that'd be a pretty cool one to have. I take the slipcovers off, and then I've got a bag of them. I've just got a bag of slipcovers. Well, the good news is, I also came here to get another Xbox controller specifically for the PC, and there appears to be 1,000,001 of those, so we'll be alright there. You don't see this too often either. There was 3 of them the other day, 65 quid Deadpool, on the shop floor, 3 of them. Huh. Interesting. Have they been reprinted? No. Didn't take advantage of that today, or this day. I didn't check Amazon. There's a few other things I'd like to get at some point, but I feel like they will come down in price. I don't really want to get them yet. Stellar Blade. What else? Atomfall. Alan Wake is on its way down. It was free the other day. And Wukong. Got that digitally from when it came out. So like Wukong, I really don't want to spend 45 quid for, just for the sake of having a case and a disc. Okay, so I've just done 14 videos in CEX, plus obviously the one for this video you guys are watching, so I guess 15. Now I'm going to Aldi to do the shopping. Busy day. And can feel the temperature has now dropped a fair bit since I first left this car park, that's for sure. It's a new day. It's Sunday now, because yesterday got busy and I didn't take my camera for the busy parts. So what did we last do? We went shopping. What did I do? We've got more deliveries coming today. Today's going to be busy. It's about 12. You probably can't see the time on that oven. Right, first of all, we'll go... This would be a good thumbnail angle, wouldn't it? I should start making new thumbnails. Let me show you what I got from CEX, because I didn't get any games, because they didn't have any of the games that I went to get. But I did get the controller. So this white controller. So basically, I needed a controller. I think I said this yesterday, but I'm going to repeat it because I do that. I needed a second controller, or 4th controller, I guess, because I already had 2 Series X controllers upstairs, so that one never is dead, and then there was one down here for the Series X in there. There's 4 Series X controllers now. Point is that this one can be designated for the PC, because the amount of times that I've linked one of these controllers to the PC and then gone to use it on my Xbox when the one that was already in my hands died and it doesn't come on because it's linked to the PC, it's annoying. So if I just have the white one that is just PC controller, leave it out, then we're all good. Though I am going to need to get myself another rechargeable battery pack, because ain't nobody got time to actually be using real batteries in the big 25. In about 3 weeks... Yeah, it's the 7th today, I think. Is it the 7th? What is the date today? The 7th? Christ, it's the 7th. Okay, good. Nearly done with this year. Get 2025 done with. I'm over it. 3 weeks away until New Year. Right, next up, what else have we got? I told you there was a new monitor coming. The monitor is here. I don't know if I showed it at the start of this video, but this will be a good angle to hold it. So bear with me 1 second. Which way should I hold it? That way? Yeah. Hi. One new monitor from Chill Blast. Code Kale for all of your PC needs. I do presume there is a Code Kale, I think. Couldn't tell you what it does, but there is probably something there with that. C-A-Y-L-E. They told me to clarify that last time because apparently people are misspelling my name. How you've managed that, I don't really know. Because, yeah, but new monitor. So we're setting this up today and then going to try and sort out my dual PC filming setup as well. What else? I've got like a PC lap desk thing coming so that I can try and mouse and keyboard from my sofa. That's supposed to be here between 2 and 4, so in like an hour to 3 hours, which is a little bit annoying because if that got here early enough, I could have gone to a different CEX today to get the things that I wanted to get yesterday, which, like I said, might just have to be another video at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna start playing with this monitor, get this set up while I wait for the laptop stand to come. Be really annoyed if it doesn't fit the way I want it to fit. I'll have to get something else. Like I said, I saw that thing in the range, which was effectively the exact same thing I've just paid a lot of money for, or more money for. But yeah, I'm going to have some breakfast. And by breakfast, I mean breakfast number 2, because I've not eaten enough today. Actually, I do need to drink a protein shake as well. I've not done that yet. But yeah, let's get moving. I was going to have breakfast, but I'm a smidge concerned that my bagels, they're not bagels, they're muffins, are going to be green. Because they expired, or best before'd, on the 29th of November. Come on, bro, just don't be mouldy. Anyone else do this, where they spend an unreasonable amount of their time looking for green specks? Feels good to me. I'm going to say we're all good. You know how I know I'm getting old? This is how you know I'm getting old. You can see that loaf of bread back there, right? You see this. This could be a thumbnail shot. Just nobody'd have a clue what it was about. I'm going to start freezing bread. Like in 2s. I remember my nan used to freeze bread. And it would really confuse me. When I was a kid, she'd send me to the freezer to go get a choc ice. If anybody remembers choc ice, is very niche. And I'd always be confused as to why there were so many little sandwich bags with just bread in, and I just remember thinking bread's so cheap and like why are we freezing bread? And now I understand, because it goes off way too quick. So bread, let's go in the freezer in sandwich bags because apparently I'm now ancient. Breakfast. I hate waiting for Amazon. Because it says it's one stop away, right? It's one stop. I can see the van. But I'm just sort of stood here in the kitchen, like, waiting. I can see him. He's parking up. I've done nothing. Does anyone else, like, their day get ruined by waiting around for parcel? It can't just be me. It's like I can't physically do anything else until the parcel has arrived. I've had things arrive, like, 5 days straight, and it's ruined my week. I'm just sort of standing here. I don't want to watch him walk down the path though, because that's awkward. Though I did have a delivery driver that was really happy that I opened the door before he had a chance to put the box down because he didn't want to have to pick the box back up. He thanked me for that the other day. So I'm thinking it might be a good thing to get the door open before the thing. I don't know, I might be overthinking this. I don't know. But you can't be long now. Can't be long. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Hallelujah. It's here. All right, cardboard 1, cardboard 2, cardboard 3. Right, okay. First things first, I want to test this out because I need to figure out whether I need to send it back. I'm hoping I don't. I really hope this is the solution I needed because it would open up so many more avenues to playing more games. So, right, let's go upstairs and start carrying things. I've been waiting all day. It's 4 o'clock now. Mission accomplished, I'd say. This is about as close as it needs to be. It's slanted. I can make it not slanted. This is as low as it goes, but this is sort of ideal. The only problem is that, because it being slanted. I can make it not slanted, but obviously I could do with a mouse mat section of it. The keyboard doesn't move because rubber stoppers. What I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure I could put a mouse mat on this and it wouldn't budge. Or I could drill one into it. I could permanently adhere one to it. That'd be a good idea. But now I should be able to mouse and keyboard game from here, theoretically. Obviously, it's not the widest space for mouse movement, but I'm definitely a wrist aimer anyway, and I play single-player games, so it's not like that intense. I could just turn the DPI up, and obviously this probably isn't the mouse I'd actually use to play games with. But something else I could do is I could get a half keyboard, you know, the ones that only, because realistically it just needs to be this half anyway, and then I'd have way more space then too. Yeah, I reckon I could make lots of modifications to this thing to make it work better. This could be fun. It seems pretty accurate with mouse movement, like it's a lot better than my sofa, that's for sure, which I can feel it skipping. Look what I just found. It comes with a little cuppy cup. I've made it better. I found this mouse mat, right? And, well, obviously this isn't a permanent solution, but this did what I wanted it to do to stop things sliding around. And obviously is now a mouse mat for this. And I've also taken it off its hinge, so it moves a bit more freely. So now it's just resting on me. I could put it back on the hinge, but I found that this is a bit more comfortable. Though I think I do need to build up like wrist stamina for mouse and keyboard because it's been years. Realistically, the only thing I'm going to mouse and keyboard is like some old school FPSs when I want to play through those. So like Fear and them. Minecraft, you have to use mouse and keyboard. Ark, although I can get away with a controller with Ark, to be fair. I did for years. But like, it's nice to have the option. I'm all about options. Whenever I've made my setup ever, it's to have all of the options. Even if one of the options is only used 1% of the time, I like that it's there, you know? Because like this setup, I don't imagine I'll use too frequently. Not really, to be honest. But it's nice that I can now, whereas up to now I've pretty much avoided mouse and keyboard games because I'd have to game in the other room, and I don't really do that. Okay, a few more hours later, we're one step closer to the setup that I wanted. So the monitor is in. It might genuinely be too big to stay there. I might end up putting it in the other room. I don't know. We'll see. I've yet to really decide. I'll think about it. But something magical that I've now done, which I'm really impressed with myself for doing. I've got that PC and that PC both working. So, right, this PC here is the PC that's there, and that PC there is the one that's behind me. But I've installed a program called Mouse Without Borders, which lets me use my mouse and keyboard on both without having to connect them to both, which is invaluable in terms of saving time and effort. Like, that is brilliant. Like, that is required. So yeah, nice new 32-inch monitor. I'd love it. I would love this monitor if it was just a bit shorter. Like, that is a really tall stand. I could probably get a different stand and shrink it down because it does seem like really high up from where my head is. But yeah. Well, I forgot to take my camera to the cinema with me. I was going to film like a bit of a walkout and a walk-in like I do. And I was in a rush and I didn't even put the camera in my pocket. It was on the kitchen counter. Like, it was, the little sheath for it is here. But I saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and oh my God, right? I am that person that likes every film I see. I have millions of times gone to watch a film, gone, oh, that was fun. Gone home and watched my favourite reviewers tear it to shreds, going, oh, I didn't realise it was technically bad. Whoops. I find most films enjoyable, right? Five Nights at Freddy's 2, not one of those films. What an abysmal film. I could rant. Not a spoiler, not really, but I feel like you probably shouldn't care either way. The film genuinely doesn't have an ending. Like, it doesn't. It does not end. Obviously it ends, but it doesn't conclude the story set up in the film. It's not like, okay, so a lot of films will do this where they'll have like a plot in the film, and then at the end of it, once the plot is resolved, there'll be something else last minute to like set up the next film. That's different to what this did. This film, the plot set up in this film is just straight up not resolved, and then it cliffhangers right at the very end. I didn't realise the film was over until the credits rolled. The credits rolled and I was like, what? Is that it? So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is definitely happening. They hedged their bets on this one. They must have known they were making some money. Good Lord. Josh Hutcherson? I don't know. I feel sorry for that guy. He was on top of the world when I was a teenager, and now this. So yeah, I feel like maybe it could be like the last one. I know that the first one got tore to shreds in the cinemas, but like the Five Nights at Freddy's fans liked it. I don't know if that's going to be the same here. Maybe. I don't know. Matthew Lillard was good for the bit that he was in. Skeet Ulrich as well. Ulrich, one of them. The other one from Scream. He was in here with a small role. Other than that, abysmal. But I suppose, yeah, one of them. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today. In the next one, I think we'll probably be going to CEX. This video has taken place over 2 days. I don't normally do that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.